Have you been making beats for 5 years and you haven't done anything yet in your career? Or did you just pick up FL Studio last week and you're wondering where do you start from here? I got 5 tips for y'all today on how to improve your producing career and become more of a successful producer. Step number 1, make beats for yourself. What does this mean? This means that all the outside noise that you hear from other people, and I'm not talking about constructive criticism, the community nowadays, a lot of producers have a lot to say. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but as far as basing your beats off of someone saying, hey, I think this, or hey, I think this, you're not making beats for other producers. You're making beats for yourself, and you're making beats for artists that you can hear on your records. So don't listen to that producer if they tell you to add all these snare rolls and things like that. If you feel like that may overcomplicate the beat, make the beat how you want the beat to be made and stop listening to others when they give you all this input. A lot of producers nowadays who will go on a producer story or comment on their craft, and they might say, hey, I feel like you didn't do enough on this beat, or hey, I feel like the beat is too simple, you it took 5 minutes. That doesn't matter when you make a hit record with an artist. The artist doesn't care about if a beat took 5 minutes or if it took an hour. They want to make the best song possible. So you need to be making beats for your ear, your taste, and the artist's taste as well, and forget the outside noise. You do not need to be making beats for other people. That's rule number 1. Step number 2, you are a brand. You are not a beat maker. You are literally a brand, and you need to treat yourself as such. Instagram is important. TikTok is important. YouTube is important. Your face is important. Even if you don't want to show your face, hey, if you're good at making loops, man, be the best loop maker there is. Sell kits, brand it, advertise it, market it. Do all of that to become a bigger brand. There are some producers that have never showed their face, but you know them based off of their work. So stop treating yourself as a bedroom producer or just, someone who just makes beats. You are a brand, and you need to treat yourself as such. When you're on Instagram, you need to be active. You need to be posting reels, things of that, engagement. You want real engagement from real human beings, so your brand can continue to grow and you can bring traction to yourself. Artists will respect you more if they can go to your page and see, hey, this producer, he having motion, he doing what he needs to do, rather than it just being a black screen as a picture and you're just posting black screen beats all day. That's not going to cut it, and that's not going to have you grow as a producer in the long run. You need to treat yourself as a brand and market yourself as a brand instead of being a bedroom producer or just this unknown face who is not doing anything to help out their craft and their career. You need to utilize online tools to the maximum every day. Step number 3, I used to have a problem with this, and I'm not ashamed to say it, having a schedule. Before, a couple years back, maybe around like 2020 to 2022, I didn't have a set schedule. I would wake up at whatever time it might be. So it might be 1 o'clock, it might be 3, it might be 11. You never know. I didn't have a set schedule though. I didn't have a time where I would go lock in and make beats and upload the beats, do what I had to do online, make content, all of it. I didn't have a schedule. When I felt like working was when I would work, and that's not good at all. You can find yourself being very lazy off of that and just not getting the best results out of whatever you're doing because your schedule is not set. You need to have one. So even if you're working, let's say you work Monday through Friday, you can treat it like a 9 to 5. Hey, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to be at work at 9, I'm going to make beats from 9 to 12, I'm going to upload my beats from 12 to 3, and then from 3 to 5, I might do something online or work on content. You need to have a schedule to be successful at this. Don't let anyone lie to you and say you don't, because I was one of those people, I don't need a schedule, I'm not doing that, I don't need that. And it was resulting in me not working and not doing anything. I was literally out and about doing whatever I wanted to do, and that wasn't the formula at all. You need to have a set schedule so you can be on top of your game whether you're working, 3 days out the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a foundation, then you will be okay as a producer, and you will see yourself getting better at your craft and being more consistent with what you're doing and what you're aiming for. Step number 4 is going to lead right into step number 5, and that's going to be having a source of income while you're producing. I understand that everyone wants to be a producer full time and, be the lit beat maker, producer, whatever you want to call it, all day long. But listen, man, if you're not making consistent money off of making beats, you're going to have a life of hell. Literally, you're going to be sitting at home waiting for a beat to get sold all day. If it doesn't sell, then you're going to be hungry, straight up. So you want to have a job to fund producing. You want to have a job to fund your career. If you need to go buy something, an interface, a MIDI keyboard, a laptop, if your laptop breaks, I done had laptops break on me a couple times. We're not going to get into that. But if you need items for your career to make your career better, a camera, you need to have money to do so. Having a job with producing is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I was in the military for 4 years, so I was buying my equipment with my 2-week checks until, when I got out and I started making money consistently with producing. That's when I said, okay, you know what, I can do this full time. But with doing it full time, it turns into an actual job. This isn't just playtime anymore. You really live off of this. So having a job while producing is perfect because you can have a guaranteed check coming in, continue to have fun with your passion, but you're not relying on it to the point where you're kind of crashing out because you don't have any money. And that leads me to step number 5, which is networking. The reason why I say step number 4 leads to step number 5 is because there's really no way to network without money. You can do it online, which is fine, DMing, things like that, which works as well. But when you have these top producer events in Atlanta and you stay in New Hampshire or you stay in Maine or Oregon or wherever, you need money to get there. You need to be at these events because you don't know who you're going to run into. There are so many events around the world, LA events, Atlanta events, New York events, things that you need money to go to, which is why I said get the source of income, but you need to network as a producer. This isn't I can do it on my own type of thing. I feel like no producer has just done it on their own. They've always had help along the way or someone to present them an opportunity. I know I have. I've had a lot of opportunities presented to me by good people, and even going to events, I've met some dope talent out there that I've worked with over the years. There are guys that have excelled in their career. I use DB for an example. He went to a beat battle, met Jacob. Now he's making beats for Kanye West and Future, and except Nicki Minaj, all of that. So shout out to DB, by the way, that's my boy. But you want to network because you never know. You might have all the talent in New Hampshire, but bro, you're in New Hampshire. There's no rappers there. You got to get to the cream of the crop. You got to go to Atlanta. You got to go to LA. You need to network to get to where you're going. You cannot do that without money, which is why step number 4 was very important. And that is just the key things that you have to do to be successful in this game, and you have to do it to the T. You cannot skip a step. You have to do all the steps and continue to grow and mold yourself as a producer. There is no half step in this. There is no taking shortcuts. I've heard producers try to take shortcuts. There's no shortcuts with work. You have to work and you have to believe in yourself before anything. You can't just expect a handout. You can't blame other things because you're not succeeding. Are you trying? Are you doing these steps? Are you doing what you have to do every day to become a successful producer? Go in the mirror and ask yourself that before you get to blaming everyone and blaming the music in itself and saying, oh, the music is burnt out and all of this. No, it's not. That's why we're here as producers, so we can invent new sounds and we can do things like that. But we're not going to do that without spreading our sound around the world and hard work. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I would appreciate a like and subscribe, and I will be dropping more content later on for producers. I'm excited to get to tap in with you guys, and blessings to you all. So peace out.